Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm just opening the Yu-Gi-Oh! PhatMojo Series 1 Collectible Figure 4-pack. And this is such a cool set to get. I've just been out on a toy hunt earlier today, and this might be the quickest I've ever gone from buying something to opening it on the channel. You know, that's a turnaround that's just unheard of in this channel, rather than the thing waiting for months or even years to be opened. I saw this in Home Bargains for $2.49, which is obviously a bargain price because I'm pretty sure that is equal to, if not less than, what these were when they were blind bags. And when they were blind bags, I unfortunately didn't get the Jinzo. So I knew I needed to pick this up at some stage to get the Jinzo because I wasn't going to pay to buy it on its own. So when we got the blind bags, we managed to get ourselves Joey Wheeler, which is really good. It's a really cute rendition of Joey. We got Red Eyes to go with him. Again, really cool, really nice. Bit dusty from sitting on the shelf. And finally, we got the Dark Magician. So we can pause him with Yugi once we've got him out. But I always really liked the Jinzo. It was one of my favorites, and I never did get it. So I knew I'd have to pick this up at some point anyway. For $2.49 in Home Bargains, it was coming home with me, absolutely. So we're going to get into this one. As I say, Series 1 collectible figure pack from PhatMojo. Well, these came out like 3 years ago. I have a feeling there isn't going to be a Series 2. But there's some really cool work with these. They're pretty cute little figures. It says here we got exclusive minifigure and card. And that is technically correct.
The best kind of correct.
I believe it's the Blue Eyes that's the exclusive figure. I'm pretty sure you could get the gold Exodia in the bags, but the Blue Eyes is the exclusive, or it might be the other way around. Or the Blue Eyes was always like this, and it's the gold Exodia that is the exclusive. And in terms of card, well, time to old man yell at a cloud for a second. Well, as much as I love the amount of Yu-Gi-Oh! Merchandise we've been getting in the last couple of years, back in my day, if you had an exclusive card in a product, you'd get something like this. The Water Dragon that came with the Water Dragon action figure, which I didn't realise. I must have got this off a kid at some point in my life and thought it was dual terminal. And then a friend of mine pointed out one day and said that, yeah, it's actually quite valuable, this. And this is actually in my Bastian Masawa character deck. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. But we don't get anything like that. In this, we'll have a piece of card with a picture of one of them on it. So that's a bit of a shame, but, you know, it is what it is. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't mad at these, because now I want all the others. In fact, I want the Chthonian Soldier figure altogether, never mind just the card. So around the other faces of the box, we've just got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Logo on the side. Nothing especially on the top. And on the back, we have, well, the 4 minifigures and exclusive minifigure and card detail as well. So nothing much to really say about that. So let's get into it and see what we're looking at. Well, I have a feeling we'll be looking at the same thing we've just been looking at through plastic for about 4 minutes. Right. So, oh, okay. So that backing card was actually part of the side wall, the wall of the box. So yeah, we got the hieroglyph wall. That's kind of interesting. It would be a funny one if this was a bit bigger to use for like wrestling promos in my wrestling figure fed. That would be a really funny backdrop. Hold on. Oh, there's the exclusive card on the back, so we'll get into that in a sec. And here we go. So we'll start off with Yugi. I did look for the best painted ones. Obviously, I didn't really need to look at Blue Eyes and Exodia being solid colour. It's mostly just Yugi. They all seem to have some kind of little blemish on them. And the main complaint I had for this one was just that the hairline wasn't really clipped in perfectly. But quite frankly, you know, you get stuff like this all the time. He actually has a little blemish on his cheek as well. But quite frankly, you get stuff like that all the time. And I wasn't willing to just look through all of them. At least he didn't have like a mark on his hair or anything like that. Or anything, any kind of like noticeable wear. It's pretty cute. I don't think it's the best of the figures. Like if you look at the kind of likeness they made of Joey in a chibi style, I think that's definitely better. But yeah, I guess maybe they wanted to keep Yugi a bit serious. As you can see on the base, he doesn't stand all that centrally because he's only got the hole in 1 foot. If you take the look at the base, we've got the Millennium Puzzle with the hieroglyphs in the background. It's actually a really cool base. But yeah, I mean, the figures certainly sit on them different. I mean, yeah, if you want the puzzle facing forward, then he's kind of off to the side. And if you want him standing forward, then the puzzle's off to the side. But whatever. I think it's pretty cool. Reasonably well painted. It's got the jacket flailing behind him as well. Massive over-the-top hair, obviously. And then we're going to get into the man of the hour. We'll take a look at our Jinzo. Didn't look too much at this because there's less that can go wrong than with the Yugi, you know, there's less detail. But really, really cute take on Jinzo. I really like his Funko as well. I've got the one with Time Wizard. Very cool. He's a gnarly guy, Jinzo. So making like a chibi version of like a gnarly character is very interesting. I'm not really sure what he's doing with his hands. I guess Jinzo kind of does that, like, you know, the cyber energy shock artwork, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Again, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty well painted. And yeah, it's just so cool to pick this up, especially for the price, £2.49. I can't get over that. That's great. There's nothing better than walking into Home Bargains and finding a toy you've been putting off buying for an absolute bargain price. Jinzo can stand a bit more. Yeah, he can stand perfectly forward. He's still off to the side a little bit, but yeah, definitely more centralized than Yugi. For some reason, they hide the bases in the box. Like it's you know, it was designed in the window to look like you only get the one base. But yeah, here's the solid gold Exodia. Really nice detailing in there. As much as they use things like painting things gold to add like a fake rarity or value to something, it is kind of just a cop-out of painting on the details. However, this does look really cool anyway. He has enough detail in him to kind of just stand out in the gold version. Of course, he's got the chains around his hands and legs, which is interesting. Don't the chains usually break when he becomes free? When he's... okay, we'll just roll with it, Exodia. Pretty cool figure. Got those spikes on the back as well, and his little Exodia skirt. I think they should make a support card for that, the skirt of Exodia. I think as the years have gone by, I've just become more and more of a fan of Exodia. Not even necessarily the game-winning, like, you know, 5 pieces and all that kind of stuff, but just the guy who is huge, like hench's flip, and really, really cool. I think it was his creation in a Hero Click really made me realize I just loved big hulking Exodia. And then we have the blue eyes white dragon as well. Never mind blue eyes, this whole dragon is blue. His neck, as my friend loves to point out, when Blue Eyes has weird stuff going on with his neck, and this is all kinds of wrong. Like, that is all kinds of the wrong direction. Like, it's up, it's sideways, it's bad. Like, your neck should not bend that way. See a doctor, Blue Eyes. And he's kind of like looking behind him. He almost looks like a twin-headed thunder dragon or two-mouse dark ruler from that view. He's got the little bits on the side. I've never known what you call those. Pointy teeth. Nice claws and stuff. We've got the wings. Very cool. Very interesting being in like the solid blue. I don't really know. How would you display it? Would you display it like that, where he's like looking away, kind of like SDK artwork, but flipped? Or would you have it where he's like looking at you? He's like turning to look at you. Because that's twin-headed thunder dragon. Like, you can't change my mind on that at all. But yeah, again, I think this is a pretty cool little figure. So that is the 4 figures that we got from the set. Blue Eyes, Exodia, Yugi, and Jinzo. And now we'll take a look at whatever this exclusive card is. Oh, it's Jinzo! Yeah! That's actually pretty cool. I actually think that's pretty cool. Wow, that's really nice. So, is the exclusive miniature Jinzo? Because maybe you can get the set with the 3 of them in like a different one, maybe? Or is this just a coincidence? Or do they just give you the Jinzo card or whatever? But this is actually really nice. If they did this Jinzo artwork in the TCG, that would be pretty cool. The green is nice as well. Yeah. For a completely nothing, pointless token card, that is actually really, really cool. And if Jinzo ever got some coherent support, I would happily put that on top of my extra deck to indicate what deck I'm playing. But that is everything for this video. So if you did enjoy this, please do like, comment, and subscribe. There is some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Geekery crossover content to come from the channel. I also have these Joy, Yugi, and Kaiba figures that I've never got around to unboxing. I plan to do a video on the 3 of them at some stage. And I also have the Porcelain Pot of Greed gift set to open at some point. but I wasn't willing to get that down from the shelves that it's hidden away on. But yeah, a lot more crossover content between Yu-Gi-Oh! And the main channel of geekery, figures and stuff like that to come. So yeah, please do subscribe if you'd like to check those out. Hopefully I'll get my ass into gear and do those relatively soon. But either way, if you did enjoy this video and you'd like to check out more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content in general, you can check that out in the DSW Tabletop playlist. Let me know whether you're going to be running to Home Bargains to pick these up. And either way, I really do appreciate you guys joining me. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye.